Hi, this is Bert Larson again. Sorry, I make these videos where I think I know what I'm talking about, and I really don't. Because I thought of the Jews and what they've been through, and I thought of the song that goes, by the waters of Babylon, we lay down and wept and wept. I have to remember what the Jews went through and how they got taken into Babylon because God destroyed them because they were worshiping idols, and they were going along with the Canaanites, which they lived in the land a long time. And first they were killing them because God told them to, and finally I think they started to remember God's real commandment in the Ten Commandments, which was given to Moses on Mount Sinai by God, that they couldn't kill. That was the main commandment, right? All the other commandments they could break, but not that commandment. And so they decided, I think finally, that was the one they were going to keep. And so they did start worshiping idols. They did start agreeing with the Canaanites. They did start intermarrying with them. And the prophets didn't like that. But I think that was God's will, that they understand that they can live with other people. And yes, they are the chosen people, but they can also be part of the world. And so the grandchildren, the great-grandchildren, the great-great-grandchildren of those people have lived on trying to follow God and being patient with His punishment for what? For trying to understand how to live with people. And of course, then they crucified Christ for blasphemy. And was it blasphemous for Christ to say He was the Son of God? The Jews thought it was, and I don't know how to understand all the reasons. Of course, we know that He was the Son of God, but if they didn't have the information then that we have now, they didn't understand it the way we do, and we have to forgive them for that. But after all that time and what they've gone through, being destroyed by the Romans and the Holocaust, how can the people of the world resist their version of what following God is? And full disclosure, I'm kind of am a Jew. I'm a Israelite. In our church, we believe that we're, a lot of us are from the lost tribes of Israel, and maybe not 100% Israelite, but a lot of it, and anyway, I love the Jews, and I want to be a Jew. I try to be a Jew. Maybe I am a Jew. I don't know, but maybe you can become a Jew. Anyway, I try, and so I probably shouldn't say this, but when Trump decides what to do in the world, he looks to the Jews, and he's like, "What should I do?" And I'm like, "Well, we've been tending on this tradition from our fathers, from beginning of Abraham, which is 4,000 years ago, and that's what I think you should do." And he's like, "Well, I mean, I could think about my fathers, which has tradition from 4 generations ago, maybe, and go with that, But the Jews remember their homeland, given them by God, and they can't give it up. And when the Arabs say they're going to take it away from them, they don't deserve it, they don't have rights to it, they just can't hear it, and I don't know all the reasons. But I really do feel for the Iranians. They're not really Arabs. They got kind of given Islam by force, and yet they're carrying on this banner for the Arabs because they care about other religions. I guess they did help the Israelites and the Jews in the beginning with Darius and Cyrus and stuff like that, Persian emperors or whatever. Anyway, I probably shouldn't say things I don't really understand, and I just have to love the Jews and love the Iranians and love the Americans and love the Arabs, and just hope that we don't hurt each other and we just don't kill. That's what I hope.